I think I'm live. I also think that I need a couple of cushions on my chair. So, moderation. Oh, yeah, there's something I'm reading on the side. So, if you hold on a minute, I'm going to get some cushions put on my chair and then I'll go up a little bit because it's quite a low chair. So, just a tick. Oops. I think that's a bit better. Yeah, I think it is. Not the best picture in the world. Not the best picture in the world. In fact, it's a tiny bit dark. But it's not about the picture, is it? It's about having the conversation. So anyway, greetings everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name's Nima Karasilla. I hope my channel can grow a bit more. I've been wanting it to grow for quite a bit, but maybe I'm not as consistent as I should be to encourage people to come on board and kind of be just listen to stuff, or even if they can't listen, just grow the numbers a little bit. But that's by the by. I mean, I love doing it. When I have time and can do it, I feel as though I've accomplished something. Anyway, I hope that everyone who is a participant in this channel is picking up on some of the conversations that I have, and that you're able to relate to them, you're able to comment on certain things. I hope so. Anyway, I was wanting today to have, yeah, I've got my lipstick here again. I better put it on. This makes me look slightly better. Always a little bit vain, I think. Always a little bit. So one of the things that I was hoping to do today is just have a little bit of a conversation about aging and life in general. All right. So is that better? Oh, that's a bit better actually. Maybe you're middle-aged or something. And people try to stop you from doing certain things, don't they? You know, whether it's exercise, whether it's doing something that they feel might be a bit dangerous. If I want to go out, for example, and do bungee jumping, somebody might object to it. I don't know, a friend or a family member or something like that. They might say, oh, no, don't do it. It's too dangerous. You never know what might happen, this and that, so on and so forth. Now, what I would like is for people to trust your judgment and know that when you decide to do something, you've usually given it quite a bit of thought. You've researched it, you've sort of put your heart and your soul into it, and you know a little bit what we should cut the slack. Cut some slack, I think, is the that people can go ahead and have lives that they want. It's a bit like in African societies, I have to say, if you're an older person, people don't expect you to have a life. They refer to you as, and going on. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be out and about and making sure that you're doing what it is that you can do to keep healthy and to be fit and to pursue your dreams and goals. The main thing I find is being healthy, number one. Number two is being alive. I mean, obviously, if you're not here, there's no way you can do stuff. So anything goes insofar as progress in your life is concerned, insofar as meeting new people, making friendships, forming relationships, partnerships, all sorts of things. Anything goes. The main thing is that you have your health. You are able to negotiate what your standards are and what you would like and how you would want things to go. You're able to negotiate all of that. You're able to put your thoughts across. You're able to communicate that. If you're a person sort of who's getting on over 50, I would say, increase on your activities. Make sure that you do more and more stuff, because that really helps you to age well. Increase on your mobility. Don't just sit there telling people, go fetch me this and go fetch me that. Do everything that you can do for yourself. Do it. Don't let up. Don't let up for one moment. No, seriously, I mean that. I seriously mean that. Don't let up for one moment. If you can swim 50 lengths across the swimming pool, go for it. Do you know what I mean? Do it for as long as you're physically able to do it. If you can run, I don't know, 10 miles every morning and you're 57, go for it, do it. Run 10 miles every morning for the next 50 years if you're able to live that long. I think that really is a way to do it, not to just, don't back down, don't allow yourself to have myself, this is my my opinion, what I think. Don't allow yourself to have a single day off. Do you know what? You can recover. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying people should go out there and make fools of themselves. You can recover, have time during the day to build on your strength and your resources. Obviously, after you've done a bit in terms of your physical exercise, have some time to recover, rest, eat well. Don't hold back on eating. Eat vegetables, quality ingredients must be what it is that you focus on insofar as nutrition is concerned. Make sure that you buy the very best, and build up, and then do normal regular health checks. Check your blood pressure regularly, check your blood sugar, lay off sugar itself in food and added sugar in drinks and sugar in drinks. Do a regular blood test, for instance. You can do an annual one. If you're a little bit more concerned, you can do a half yearly one. So there's so many things that you can do research on and find out, for you to keep a healthy lifestyle as you're getting older. Don't take a back seat insofar as your health is concerned, honestly. And don't allow people to dampen your enthusiasm for life or your zest, or to tell you that you can't do things, or this is too much for you. Obviously, be sensible in how you approach stuff, but go for it. You've only got the one life, mind you. And if you're not doing the things that you should do now, it'll mean that you may have a very difficult time when you're really elderly. Okay, so strengthen your bones now, do all that sort of thing. When you're really elderly and you need all that help and support, you probably find that it'll be minimal, because you've spent a bit of time when you were fit and able to do stuff, doing stuff to prepare you for life as it goes on. Of course, you're doing all of this. It will bring you happiness also into your heart. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to get a long-term condition or that you're not going to fall sick, but at least you're doing something to help yourself. I think that's what I want to say this morning. And sometimes also we have problems, don't we? We have our own personal problems, we may have family problems, and other issues may come up. There's also sometimes a problem with our finances. And as you're getting older, obviously, maybe you're not able to work as much as you had when you were a bit younger. So consider all of those things and reach out for support and help where you can. see how things get on. The other thing is just manage your life, manage your own life, manage your own finances, sort of keep it within what you have. At the end of the day, if you're thinking just about yourself, maybe you've got a husband, you're thinking just about you two, so you don't actually need a lot to live on. So budget a bit more, and if you've got birthdays coming up, some event coming up, you could ask family members or your children, or somebody that's really close to you, oh, could I have this instead of a gift? You could ask for a shopping basket, for example. So there's lots of little things that you can do to just minimize problems in your own life. The other day, a friend of mine was telling me about her property that she'd rented out to some people, and they had begun to do certain things in there. And thankfully for her, she found out. So she was able to begin start something that hopefully would get her to get her property back and get things on track. One of the things I find with life in general is that don't be too emotive about stuff. Take a step back, seek advice, seek legal advice, especially as you're getting on a bit more in life, you're getting a bit elderly. Seek legal advice, find out from people that know. Tell your friends, your really close and helpful friends, tell your friends about some of your problems or particular problems that you have, and see if they've run into the same things and if they have had ways that they've sorted out those problems. You'll be surprised just how many things happen to us in our lives that other people already have had experiences of, and they can point you in the right direction. I'm not saying that they'll take on all of your problems, but at least they can point you in the right direction, and you'll be able to take certain steps to minimize what it is that you're going through and solve your problems. So obviously, we pointed out our dear friend to a solicitor, and they were able to get very good advice, and hopefully that matter should be resolved. And also, oftentimes I hear a lot of people have different types of issues going on, whether it's people can actually lose their jobs also. Being middle-aged folk, they can lose their jobs, they can run into financial difficulties, they can run into health problems, might have an altercation with other people. There's so many things that can happen to you. But I think keep the emotion, oftentimes make sure that you're sensible about stuff, keep the emotion out of it, find trusted people that you can talk to that will be able to give you some advice on how to move on or how to solve the problem. Always look for solutions. Don't leave things hanging, because I think the more you leave things hanging, the worse it gets, and unresolved matters don't sort themselves out. Don't be afraid of coming out and saying to people, I'm sorry, I'm not going to tolerate this. It's not for me. This is not the way I want my life to go, and do something so that communication can be clearly heard. If you're having problems communicating clearly when you're a middle-aged person, then you're going to have lots of problems in your life. Don't be intimidated by people. Just make sure that you've done the right thing. Honesty helps. Following the law, making sure that you're working within the prescribed guidelines and regulations. Obviously, I know that in some countries that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a result. But I think that if you just do the right thing, some things will follow. They'll fall into place and they will follow through. So that's all I've got to say. Keep on living. Do your exercises. Make sure that you've got all the right things on board. Protect yourself. If you've got stuff out there that needs protecting. Don't forget your insurance policies, or all of that. Yeah, there's so much you need to think of. And you got your children, discuss with your children, discuss with your partners, your best friends, your people around you that you know are sensible and they've achieved something that you may be going through now. So they'll have more ideas, and you can research a lot of stuff as well yourself these days. Okay? Well, if you liked that conversation, it was helpful for you, do please subscribe to my channel. You can share this if that would be a good thing also. Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Nyama Karosila. Lovely talking to you, and cheers.